The bond humans have with dogs has existed since long before written history. But despite our long friendship, there are still moments of miscommunication between us and our furry little friends. Some behaviors mean completely different things to us than to our quadruped buddies. Humans jump for joy, but do dogs do the same? We bow to show deference and respect. But why do dogs bow? And does anyone know the rationale behind the infamous sploot? Stay tuned to find out what your dog is really trying to tell you with their unique doggo stances. Jumping up. A great example of misunderstood behavior is when dogs jump up at you. To most humans, this simply looks like a pup failing to rein in their excitement. To the dogs though, this is a sign of dominance. It's an attempt to regain control in an uncertain or uncomfortable situation, usually with a stranger. If you let your dog continue with this behavior, you're conceding the role of pack leader to your dog. It's cute when small puppies do it, but it's less fun when a fully grown pooch scratches you, knocks over fragile items, or causes a general ruckus. The pre-sleep spin. This curious habit may just seem like a funny quirk, but there's a purpose. That cute little spin dogs do over their chosen sleeping spot actually helps prepare them for nap time. This behavior is a leftover instinct from living out in nature. In the wild, the little spin stomp would help to clear debris while also removing some of the warm surface dirt, resulting in a cool, comfortable sleeping spot. Hackles raised, standing stiff. This behavior means your dog is angry or feels threatened. Unmoving eyes and a rigid body and tail means that your dog is very tense and uneasy and could even be preparing to attack. Hackles are the hairs along their backbone. When they're raised, it's to make themselves appear bigger and more threatening to the opposing party. This is a common defense behavior in the animal kingdom, as any national park ranger who's faced off against bears and mountain lions will tell you. For animals, size is everything. Returning to the dogs now, this stance may also be accompanied with growling or snarling. If their mouth is shut, it means they're assessing the situation via scent. In most cases, this is caused by the presence of something or someone they aren't familiar with, like Santa Claus. Get 'em, boy! The SCRITCHES kick. Dog owners generally assume when their dog kicks out its leg while being scratched that it's a sign of enjoyment, but that may not be the case. This kicking motion could be a sign that your dog is feeling tickled or irritated. This triggers what is called the scratch reflex, a natural instinct to get rid of the irritation on the skin of a dog's underside. Aside from belly rubs, other sensations that could trigger the scratch reflex are rashes, parasites, or ticks crawling across your dog's underside. If they tend to scramble off after their belly scratch leg kicks, chances are they feel uncomfortable. However, if they flop over after you stop and whine at you, well, you know what to do. Stiff posture, wagging tail. This pose looks a lot like your dog is angry, but the key difference is in their tail and fur. If their hackles aren't raised and their tail is wagging slightly, your dog is likely assessing something new to them. Usually dogs exhibit this pose when approached by a new dog or person. They're showing non-threatening body language while staying on guard as they determine whether the newcomer is a friend or not. Humping. Usually male dogs exhibit this behavior when they reach sexual maturity, but female dogs can do it too. Some dogs do this because they think it's normal play behavior. Can you imagine if humans integrated humping into their games like baseball? Parents would need to cover their kids' eyes when their favorite players reach third base, and never mind home runs. To avoid embarrassment at the dog park, nip this behavior in the bud and discourage your dogs from humping at a young age. Spaying and neutering older dogs can stop them from getting too friendly with your furniture or your neighbor's leg. Tail chasing. Sometimes dogs are goofballs and forget that the swishy things in their peripheral vision is actually their own tail. They give chase and form that hilarious puppy tornado. It's a tale as old as time. However, if your dog seems to be obsessively chasing their own tail, it could be a sign of nervousness, boredom, or some kind of medical condition. Anxious dogs are full of nervous energy, which could lead to obsessive biting and tail chasing. Look for recent changes in your dog's routine that could be causing them anxiety. Similar to anxious dogs, bored dogs have a lot of unused energy. Giving a dog more playtime and attention helps avoid boredom-induced tail chasing and other potentially destructive habits. If your dog isn't anxious or bored, check their tail and behind for any rashes or parasites. They might be chasing their tail due to irritation. Digging. Most dog owners are familiar with the sight of their dog's butt up in the air and dirt flying all over the place. But why do dogs dig? There are a number of reasons, one of which is another remnant of their wild ancestors. Wild dogs bury their food to keep it safe from other predators. your dog still has the very same instinct to bury their valuables in order to keep it safe, and to dig to find some other extra goodies. Other dogs dig because of instincts to build a den, search for prey, create a nice cool patch to lay in, or even as part of an escape plan. Yep, your pup might have taken a dislike to all those fences and walls and may fancy themselves the star of the Paul Shank Redemption. Or like many behaviors on this list, they might just be having fun and letting off steam. I can dig either option. Bowing. Head low, butt in the air, and tail a-wagging. Unlike humans, this isn't a display of worship, despite what you might hope. Dogs usually assume this position to say they want to play. This is usually accompanied by a little hopping and spinning to exaggerate the bowing motion and to show how enthusiastic they are. The lowered head shows that your dog is trying to look as non-threatening as possible, while the wagging tail indicates excitement. Paw up, standing stiff. Ever noticed your dog lifting its paw or looking back and forth between you and a certain point in the distance? These actions are embodiments of a behavior known as pointing. According to veterinarian Leslie Birmingham of Maine, USA, this is another amazing instinct left over from millennia of dog-human hunting partnerships. Because of their lack of index fingers, humans originally trained dogs to point with their bodies. Using their noses, or sometimes a simple lifted paw as a signifier, they would point out prey hiding in shrubbery or tall grass for their human partners. If your dog is pointing, do the little fella a favor and take a look. He might be showing you his favorite twig. Head tilt. To us humans, this cue pose looks like confusion, but it really means your dog is trying to listen attentively. They do this when you're talking because they want to gauge your tone and pick out important words like treat or walk or go outside. New noises can get the head tilt treatment as well, as can distant or confusing sounds. This is because the change in head position alters the way sound waves enter the ear, allowing them to enter from a more direct angle to help your dog locate the source. Eyebrow raise. This very human behavior seems to suggest dogs are shocked, confused, or asking us a question in their silent doggo language. Research carried out at the Azabu University in Japan found that dogs will raise an eyebrow, specifically the left one, when a valued friend or owner enters their vision. This change in expression, whether voluntary or not, is a physical sign of doggo affection. Of course, the science of dogs is always going to raise a few eyebrows. Splooting. This is a common, hilarious pose amongst corgis and other short-legged dogs. Dogs sploot for many reasons. On warm summer days, dogs sploot to cool down. This position exposes more of their limbs and belly to the cool floor compared to conventional sitting. Short-legged dogs like corgis and beagles sploot for comfort. Due to their stubbly legs, they need to take twice as many steps as their long-legged counterparts. Resting and stretching all in one position keeps them limber, and like stretching out is pleasant for us, it's comforting for them. Butt sniffing. Call it cute, call it gross, but butt sniffing is an integral part of canine communication. Smell is a dog's dominant sense and is 10,000 times stronger than human sniff abilities. So why would they want to stick their powerful noses up another creature's butt? Well, dogs get a lot of info from special, smelly glands round back, appropriately called anal glands. These glands act like a Facebook profile for other dogs to scroll or sniff through. They can learn about a dog's gender, age, diet, health status, and even their current mood. The right scent, like the perfect meme, can start a great friendship. Putting some stank on it. Dogs roll around for many reasons. They might have an itch along their back that their hind legs can't reach. But why do they often roll around in smelly mud, poop, and other rancid stuff? Well, what smells bad to us might be delightful to our dogs. Because of how central smell is to a dog's perception, rolling around in smelly substance for a dog is like us dabbing on our favorite cologne, enjoying some art, or even listening to a banger. Other reasons may include marking of their territory by trying to scrub out the smell with their own scent. Alternatively, they may find the scent to be so fascinating that they wanted to wear it like a new suit or bring it back to show you. Thanks, buddy. Whatever their reasons may be, it's usually harmless and nothing a good, thorough bath can't fix. Scooting. When a dog drags its butt across the floor, it can sometimes seem hilarious, sometimes embarrassing, but in truth, it can be serious. Scooting can mean that your dog's anal glands are inflamed. This could be caused by parasites, making your dog's butt itchy. Unpleasant though it might seem, checking their stool for parasites could help your furry friend out. Ticks, fleas, or infections can also give a dog an itchy behind. Make like a fellow dog and investigate that rear end for any unwelcome stowaways or signs of a rash. Take them to the vet if necessary. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, did you learn something new about the odd behavior of our furry little friends? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thanks for watching.